Every day, millions of men over 50 quietly lose a little more of themselves, not because of age, not because of bad genetics, but because their bodies stopped moving the way nature designed. You wake up stiff, your shoulders feel heavier, your energy doesn't rise like it used to. You tell yourself it's just getting older. But here's the truth. It's not age that's stealing your power, it's inactivity. When you stop moving, your muscles shrink, your joints stiffen, and your hormones begin to fade into silence. Most men don't even realize it's happening. They just start sitting more, breathing less, sleeping worse, and then wonder why their fire feels gone. But science now proves something incredible. The right kind of movement doesn't just slow aging, it can reverse it. Your cells still respond to challenge. Your testosterone still wakes up when you move with intensity and purpose. Your circulation, your balance, your confidence, they're all waiting for you to remind your body what it was built for. You see, your body isn't old, it's underused. Muscles don't fade because of time. They fade because you stopped asking them to grow. And testosterone doesn't vanish with age. It only hides when the system that creates it, your breath, your posture, your movement, stops being used. One study from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning showed that men who began simple daily mobility work, just 5 to 10 minutes, increased their natural testosterone by up to 30% in 12 weeks. Not from pills, not from machines, but from movement. So before we begin, remember this. You don't need to fight against time. You just need to retrain your biology to do what it already knows. Move, breathe, and rebuild. I'm Dr. Helen Carter, and today I'll show you 5 science-backed exercises that reignite your testosterone, restore your flexibility, and rebuild the strength you thought you'd lost forever. Each of these movements has been tested, proven, and practiced by men from their 30s to their 70s, and the results are the same. They walk taller, move freer, and feel decades younger. So, wherever you are in the world, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from and how old are you? Because after this, age won't define you anymore. Movement will. Let's begin with one of the simplest, most powerful anti-aging movements on the planet, the hang. Yes, just hanging. It sounds almost too simple until you understand what it does inside your body. When you hang, your entire spine decompresses, like releasing pressure from a coiled spring. Your shoulders realign, your posture opens, and something remarkable happens. Your nervous system resets. Blood begins to flow freely again from your fingertips to your core. That flow wakes up your endocrine system, the one that produces testosterone. In 2018, researchers from the British Medical Journal discovered that grip strength, the very thing you build while hanging, is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Men with weak grip strength had higher risks of heart disease, cancer, and early death. Why? Because grip strength isn't just about muscles. It's about the health of your entire system, your heart, your hormones, your brain. Here's how to start. If you're a beginner, place a chair under you and hold a bar or door frame. Let your shoulders gently open, your breath slow, and your spine stretch. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds at a time. If you're stronger, aim for 20 to 40 seconds of a full dead hang. Advanced? Mix it up. Change your grips, pull your shoulder blades down, try one-arm hangs. Do this every day. Start small, build slowly. Over time, you'll notice your back loosening, your shoulders feeling broader, your breath deeper, and yes, your energy rising again. Because when you hang, you don't just rebuild strength. You reconnect your body's entire power circuit, from your spine to your breath to your testosterone. Hang daily, gentlemen. It's not just for your shoulders. It's your reminder that you're still built to rise. Now we move to one of the most natural positions a human body can hold, yet one that most men over 50 have completely lost. It's called the deep squat. This isn't a gym move. It's the original human resting position. Our ancestors used to eat, rest, even talk in this posture, keeping their hips open, their blood moving, and their bodies young. But modern life has stolen it. We sit in chairs all day, our ankles tighten, our hips close, and the foundation of masculine health, blood flow, begins to fade. When you lose your squat, you lose circulation through your pelvis, lower spine, and the deep muscles that help regulate your hormones. Here's the truth. Your squat isn't just about mobility, it's about testosterone delivery. Because every time you lower into a deep squat, you're compressing and releasing the muscles that pump blood to your pelvic floor, the same network responsible for hormone transport and sexual vitality. Start simple. Hold on to a doorframe or the edge of a couch and slowly sink down, feet flat, chest tall. If your heels lift, place a book beneath them. Stay there for 20 seconds. Breathe deeply. In through your nose, down into your belly. Over time, build to 2, 5, even 10 minutes a day. As you get stronger, practice without support, letting your hips open and your body settle naturally. In 2012, a study in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that people who couldn't sit and rise from the floor were 5 times more likely to die within 6 years. That's how vital this movement is. Gentlemen, your squat is not optional, it's survival training. Reclaim it, and you reclaim your blood flow, your independence, and your youth. If there's one movement that predicts whether a man will stay independent as he ages, it's this one, the sit to stand. It sounds simple, but it's the true line between dependence and freedom. Think about it. The moment you need help to stand up, from a chair, from the floor, from your bed, you start giving away a piece of your autonomy. And independence, gentlemen, is testosterone in motion. It's the signal your brain uses to say, I'm still capable. I still lead. Research from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that for every point you lose on the sit-to-stand test, your risk of early death increases by 21%. Not because of weakness itself, but because when mobility fades, every system declines. Circulation, balance, hormone regulation, even mental sharpness. Here's how to reclaim it. Start from a chair. Cross your arms over your chest, plant your feet firmly, and stand up without using your hands. Lower yourself back down, slow and controlled. Repeat 10 times. As you improve, move to a lower chair, then to a cushion on the floor. Eventually, practice sitting cross-legged and standing up smoothly, using only your legs. Each controlled rise trains your hips, thighs, and core, the same muscles that drive pelvic blood flow and testosterone production. You'll feel it in your breath, your heart rate, and your posture, a quiet power returning. The ability to rise from the ground is more than movement. It's proof that you still command your body, your strength, and your life. Stand tall, gentlemen, because every rise is a statement. You're still in control. If your hips are stiff, your blood is trapped. It's that simple and that serious. Your hips are the center of movement, balance, and masculine energy. When they tighten, from years of sitting, driving, or just moving less, your circulation slows, your lower back weakens, and your testosterone quietly drops. Science confirms it. Men with restricted hip mobility often experience poor posture, chronic pain, and reduced hormone flow. A 2014 study showed that older adults who suffered hip fractures had a 20 to 30% higher risk of death within 1 year. That's how critical your hips are. They literally determine your freedom and longevity. But the good news is, they're also highly trainable. And when you restore hip movement, everything else, balance, strength, even libido, comes back to life. Start on the floor in a 90/90 position. One leg in front, one to the side. Gently rock from hip to hip, feeling both internal and external rotation. Do this slowly. If you're ready for more, move into a pigeon pose, lowering your chest toward the ground, breathing into tight areas. Intermediate? Try Cossack squats, shifting from side to side, one leg bent, one straight. Advanced, explore animal flow patterns, crawling, sweeping, rotating across the floor like a panther. Each of these movements restores your hips' natural range and reopens the blood highways leading to your pelvic floor, where testosterone is produced and circulated. Gentlemen, your hips are your foundation. When they move freely, your energy flows freely. Open them daily, and you'll not only move younger, you'll feel younger in every sense of the word. Strength isn't only about motion, it's also about control. The ability to hold still under pressure, to stabilize, is what keeps a man grounded, balanced, and unshakably strong. That's where isometric power holds come in. These are the silent builders of longevity: planks, wall sits, horse stances, static lunges, handstands. When you hold a position, your muscles contract without moving, signaling your nervous system to fire harder, your core to brace deeper, and your hormones to rise. A study published in The Lancet Public Health, 2018, reported that falls are the second leading cause of accidental death in older adults. And most of those falls begin the same way: a weak core, unstable hips, and slow reflexes. Isometric training fixes all three. Start with the basics. Stand against a wall and slide down into a wall sit. Knees at 90 degrees, chest tall, back flat. Hold for 20 seconds. Next, try a forearm plank. Pull your belly up, squeeze your glutes, breathe slowly. Intermediate men can progress to one-leg balances, isometric squats, or a long lunge hold. Advanced men explore horse stance, handstand holds, or loaded carries. Each second you hold under tension trains stability, strengthens connective tissue, and quietly spikes your testosterone response, the body's reward for discipline. You'll notice steadier posture, clearer focus, and a deep calm that feels like confidence reborn. Gentlemen, strength that moves can fade, but strength that holds endures. Train your stillness, and your body will answer with balance, power, and the quiet certainty of a man who will not fall. You've just discovered 5 of the most powerful, science-backed ways to reverse aging, not in theory, but in movement. These aren't fitness tricks. They're human essentials. Hang to decompress your spine and grip more life. Squat to reclaim your natural power base. Sit and stand to stay independent and self-reliant. Move your hips to keep circulation, confidence, and testosterone alive. And hold steady to protect your balance, your posture, your future. When you train these 5, you're not just exercising muscles. You're retraining your biology. You're teaching your body to trust itself again. Every hang, every squat, every breath sends a signal to your brain: I'm still capable. I'm still alive. And the response is powerful. Better blood flow, stronger joints, clearer mind, higher testosterone. That's what movement does. It doesn't just slow aging, it reverses it. So, give your body 5 minutes a day. That's all it takes. No machines, no pills, no excuses. Just you, breathing, moving, rebuilding. Because your age doesn't define you, gentlemen. Your movement does. I'm Dr. Helen Carter. Stay strong, stay grounded, and remember, the fire inside you was never gone. It was only waiting for you to move again. Now tell me, where are you watching from, and how old are you? Let's see how many men around the world are taking back their strength, one movement at a time.